If your spine is at risk, stop buying disposable vapes. Save $300. Oh my God, that's so much money! You want the home gym? It says here on Reddit I could do it myself and save myself $1. Do not squat and deadlift. You're doing it with the wrong form. You gotta get your deadlift up, you gotta get your squat up 5 days a week. Back straight as an arrow. Shut up. They destroy their knees by like age 33. You're getting lower back pain when benching. You cannot tolerate that and keep working like that. I need a quick 400 from a gas station food and vapes. I can't afford a coach. If the guy's been training for a century and his neck looks like he could be like that and kill him, he's not to be listened to. This guy's my coach right here. This guy, okay?
Should I be working out before or after work? For reference, I work from 1 p.m. 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thoughts? Before work.
I think before probably is good, yeah.
1 p.m.?
I mean, how mission critical is your work, you know? I mean, I'm doing it midday here. I think doing it before work probably gets you a little bit more zippy-zapped because I just lifted.
Thoughts on playing amateur sports to stay in shape, Sam?
It's a good way to totally destroy your knees. I've known like 3 people who have been like the pickup basketball game guy.
Yeah.
And they destroy their knees by like age 33.
Really?
Yes. Want to go down to the Y for a quick game? I mean, if it works, then whatever. I guess do it. But if it works, then it works. You're putting a lot of miles on your knees, though. Playing soccer, playing pickup b-ball, playing some b-ball at the Y. And it's also just a lot of time, too. Because they go and they play for like an hour and a half. Or 2 hours. It's just a lot of time. I don't like compound lifts. I like heavy bag work. I think you have to squat to get bigger. I'm sure deadlifting gets you bigger too. Deadlifting is so risky though, and I know there's like a machismo to it. There's you don't like deadlifting? You're doing it wrong, buddy. You're doing it with the wrong form. You got to do it with a back straight as an arrow. And that's a recipe to destroying your SI joint and your lumbar spine. If you're already asking me about back pain, that means that you probably can't do squats and deadlifts without back pain. Most bro science is like correct, like memes and intuition and people making it up. That usually ends up to be like a reasonably smart person just making up information is honestly better than like a studied thing. Yeah. A lot of the time. Yeah. But one of the things that they say is that anybody can squat and deadlift 5 days a week. No, that's not the case. There's just if you don't have thick ligaments or you've got some like a narrow spinal column or something, there's like a bunch of different things that could be different about your body that make it so that you cannot squat and deadlift regularly. I can't. And my form is, your form must be up. Listen, when I set my mind to do something physical, I do it nice. My lifting form was like it could have been a textbook illustration, all right? I cannot squat and deadlift. I will my back up.
Is that when you had the most back pain when you were doing that?
Yeah. If you want to train your legs, you can do stuff that doesn't load your spine up. You can do like lunges. There's 50 things. Oh, it's not as good as squat. Shut up. Like, no, that's not. It is the case that if you want to put on mass, the squat is the king of exercises. But like anything, there's just some people that can't do it. Like there's some people that can't walk across the street without wearing a helmet, whatever. Trying to set it up so that everything's perfect, that's the biggest mistake you can do in anything. Like, I gotta wait until everything's perfect to pull the trigger here. Everything's gotta be just the way I read about it online. This has gotta be perfect. Nothing's ever like that. You have to constantly be training around injuries. You have to constantly be accommodating. There's just things you have to work around. You have to be all terrain. You gotta be like a set of, who makes the KO2 tire? The Raptor OEM tire? You know the answer to this. You got to be like a set of off-road tires, man. You got to have that all-terrain personality. If you get injured, you got to train around the injury. If you have you're missing a limb, whatever, you got to train around that. There's no excuses. Everybody's got some problem. Nobody's perfect. Start with strong lifts, 5x5. Don't get hurt. Find the money to pay a personal trainer to do 5 to 10 sessions with you. The way that you do that is you go do a session with the personal trainer. Make sure it's a guy from a powerlifting strongman gym who knows his shit and who lifts mad weight himself. Set up a session once a week, once every 2 weeks, spread it out. He'll show you the moves. You go off and do the shit on your own for 2 weeks. Come back, check in with him, have him take a look at your form, all that stuff, walk you through it again. 2 weeks later, you do another session. But it's worth it to have somebody who knows what they're talking about, who has a kinesiology background, because it is easy to get injured, but you kind of do have to squat and deadlift to start putting mass on. It's kind of difficult to try to shortcut without doing that. Although those movements I still do some squat stuff. I don't do heavy squats, but I don't deadlift. Yeah, stronglifts.com is good programming. The starter stuff is where the most popular content is, so there's no drought of content for getting started. Just make sure you stay the away from fake like this Athlean-neck guy. If the guy's been training for a century and his neck looks like he could go like that and kill him, he's not to be listened to. Okay? I don't care how many pumpers he can do. He's showing pictures of other men. And he's doing this type of activity. I remember back in the day, Elliot Hulse had good content. I think now he's kind of he's doing this sort of men going their own way type stuff, but he definitely knows how to build strength. I would say just get a coach, though. How do I do it? How do I get you go do it? That's a lot of these things. Once you start doing it, you'll have an idea of what you're doing wrong. Go get a trainer. Go get a coach. Save up $1,000. Sam's rich because he's from a trust fund. He says we need $1,000 to work out. How much are you going to spend on a fucking chiropractor after you blow your back out? Okay? How much were you going to spend on weed? How much were you going to spend on weed in April? $400? Oh, dude, it's just $400. I need a quick $400 for my weed, dude. I need a quick $400 for my gas station food and vapes. I can't afford a coach. Brother. Do it the poor guy way. Take 10 sessions, spread them out once every 2 weeks. He shows you the moves. You go off and do your thing. You come back. Am I doing it right? He shows you how you're doing it wrong. Another 2 weeks, he comes back. Do 5 sessions. You don't even need 10 sessions. One Xbox is the price of having somebody who knows their shit. It doesn't have to be the guy from Westside Barbell either. You don't need to go get this guy. Willie Balls, I remember we were doing it back then, and we were doing with a bunch of, I lifted a washing machine over my head. Yeah, I lifted a washing machine over my head, and I was going like this with the washing machine. And I took two cars. And if they have numbers and they've done multiple competitions, they know enough to teach you, even if they're not like Godzilla, it doesn't matter. But if they have numbers and like an exercise degree or a physical therapy degree or whatever, I don't know about this guy just because that pose. I don't know about that outfit either. But this guy right here. Now this guy's my coach right here. This guy, that's actually my coach. That guy right there. And I remember I used to work out with this guy, and he used to take stinky shit in the bathroom. So I try to stay away from this guy right here.
Any tips on avoiding lower back pain when benching?
If you're getting lower back pain when benching, you gotta switch it up. You cannot tolerate that and keep working like that. You're probably trying to do the arch too much. Don't arch so much. And if you're doing it with a belt, you probably shouldn't be doing it with a belt if you're experiencing low back pain. And one other thing you can do is you can put your feet, take them off the floor, put them up on the bench, and try it that way. That's going to lower the amount that you can bench. It's going to be less of a sort of full body compound movement, but it'll protect your lower back, which is at the end of the day, if you don't have a lower back in play, you are screwed. So try that stuff, and if none of that works, just lower the weight and do higher reps maybe.
I recently got 2 herniated discs fixed with the VAX-D car accident. I got fat during the time my back was jacked up. I need to get back into shape, but I'm terrified of hurting my back again. How would you suggest I get started?
Walk. You gotta walk. Do not squat and deadlift. You gotta get your deadlift up. You gotta get your squat up. You want your back to be healthy, brother. Yeah, I would definitely approve of this right here. This is just traction on the spine, which is the same thing the back bubble is. And everybody that sees it, you immediately think it's a sex swing. So this is just in the entryway to my apartment. There he is.
Out of the doorway so you can walk
hey
inside.
guys, come on in. My purple swing here. Doctor, do you have any toys?
This is called the reclining position.
Anyway, traction is good. Inversion's good too. Don't do inverted sit-ups, bro. Don't do inverted any exercise. When your spine is elongated, the discs in between are like extra vulnerable. So if you then go to curve your spine like this, it's going to be squeezing the cartilage or whatever, the gel. It's going to get squeezed out like ice cream sandwich filling. Don't exercise while inverted. And after you invert, when you're uninverting, make sure that your body is like straight. So you're on the inversion table, straight right back up, and then relax for like 10 minutes. Just sort of walk around. Don't even try to tie your shoes, because if you invert for 20 minutes and then you bend over to tie your shoes, you can hurt yourself. And that's because your spine is elongated and in a weird new position.
Putting together a squat rack as you read this. FYI chat, it only takes about $1,200 to start a home gym if location or transportation is an issue. Get off your bum and get shredded.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
You want that. You want the home gym. Everybody's an expert. You can do it yourself. All this do-it-yourself. If your spine is involved, maybe don't do it yourself. Okay? I could do it myself a protective motorcycle racing suit.
Yeah.
It'd probably be just as good as Vanson. Make it myself out of leather. I'll look up how to do it on Reddit. Hold on a second. It says right here I can just make my own helmet. I'll make my own helmet. Everybody does it themselves. What Sam's not telling you is you could do it just as easily in a shower stall. Get some tape, get some double-sided tape, get a sheet of rubber. You know what? The last time I did it myself, I was so clever. I saved so much money. I went to what's the tractor supply company, and instead of paying extra for lifting for heavy, like a workout mat for the floor of my gym, I got the horse stall mats. Hey, they're trying to tell me that it's $300 for a piece of rubber. It says here on Reddit I could do it myself and save myself $1. And I went to Tractor Supply, and I got these heavy. They weighed 500 pounds, took all day to get these upstairs. They never were flat. All these problems sound like it's first world problems, but what it means is my home gym didn't get built, and I stayed fat, and I stayed weak for that much longer. So it is a first world problem. I'm sorry my problem isn't, I had to fish through a dumpster for a poop nugget. That's anytime someone says first, f*** you. F*** you, poor! You had to dig through a dumpster for a piece of shit? You sleep in your car? F***. What's your problem? You had to, they didn't have enough fries at McDonald's? Yeah, my problem is my iPhone screen broke. My $1,000 iPhone screen, that's a first world problem because I was unable to do business that day and make money for myself and have a positive life for myself and build something positive and creative and live well. And that's a different tier problem than I had to scoop through a dumpster for a poop nugget to eat because I was freezing cold. I'm wearing a fishing net suit.
You're wearing horse rubber?
I'm wearing horse rubber and fishing net because I'm that poor. F*** off. Take your third world problems and go to the third world. Guys, here's my point. I want to protect you. If your motherfucking spine, the center line of your body, most important structural element to your body that's like next to impossible to heal from certain injuries. Are you fucking listening to me? I'm trying to help you. If your spine is at risk, if your brain is at risk, put the weed pipe down. Stop buying disposable vapes. Save $300. Oh my God, that's so much money! Save $300 and hire a f***ing coach for 3 sessions. And then after that, you can go back to fishing out poop nuggets and counting French fries. They only gave me 27 fries. I'm not getting enough fries. You can go live however the f*** you want to live. Protect your spine.